The final straw came when I received a letter from my GP. It told me my health was heading in the wrong direction and to stop pretending to myself that everything was okay. I realised I wasn't just tired, I was living with constant noise. Pressure, targets, deadlines, level of stress I'd normalised for years. Walking away wasn't about being brave, it was about protecting my peace and giving me the space to rebuild my life properly. In my last video, I talked about walking away from my career at the age of 53. And what surprised me the most wasn't leaving the job. It was how much changing my daily routine changed everything else. I wake up naturally now. There's no alarm, usually around 6. The first thing I do is drink some water with lemon and some Celtic sea salt for electrolytes. This helps build a foundation for my fasting day. Then I make a coffee and I wait. I wait for the sun to rise. There's something about that first bit of light in the morning that changes how the day feels. You're not rushing. You're not behind. You're just awake. During my career, I barely saw the sunrise. My days always started with some pressure. Now, my mornings start with space. Between 7 and 8, I head out for my walk by the river. Some days I listen to a podcast, some days a bit of music, and some days nothing at all. Just the sound of the water, the birds, and people saying good morning as they pass. When I first left my job, this walk became the most important part of my day. It grounded me. I didn't realise how much noise I'd been living with until I finally gave myself silence. And once I've done this walk, the rest of the day feels different. If it's a gym day, I train in the morning, always before 10. Nothing complicated, about 30 minutes. Rows, presses, squats, curls. At 54, I'm not chasing a physique. I don't train to chase results anymore. Weight training is a non-negotiable for me. It's just something I have to do to look after myself now. I lift weights a few times a week, and that's enough. It helps keep my blood sugar under control. And at my age, it helps stop muscle loss, which can contribute towards longevity. I'm not worried about how much weight I'm moving. It just matters that I show up and do something. Strength does give you options as you get older, and I think that's what it's all about for me. I keep my work simple now. Reselling is what helps me pay the bills, and it fits around the life I want to live. I check Vinted regularly throughout the day because good deals disappear quickly. It's become part of the rhythm of my day, not something that controls it. I photograph items in batches once a week. I list in batches too. And when something sells, I pack it straight away. If I can, I drop parcels off during my walk. If not, I'll take them later by car. Even ordinary things like shopping feel different now. They don't come at the end of a long, draining day. They fit into the rhythm of how I've organised my time, because my days aren't rushed anymore. These small tasks don't feel like a burden. They're just part of my life, done when they need to be, without stress. Every day, I spend time learning. This is the most important part of my day. I learn marketing, I learn AI, I learn YouTube, I learn automation. These are the tools that give me my future life, gives me purpose in my day. And this is why I gave up my career and readjusted my timeline and diary to work around my learning to improve myself. Some days I'm at my desk, other days I'm downstairs with a notebook. A lot of people I learn from are in the US, so sometimes that learning happens in the evenings too. Learning gives me momentum, it gives me purpose, and it reminds me that even though my old career ended, my ability to grow didn't. I eat generally once a day now, usually late afternoon or early evening. I didn't start there, I built up to it. Most days I eat the same kind of meal: minced beef, beans, vegetables, and sometimes 5 to 10 eggs. It's simple, it's filling, it's nutritious, and it's predictable. I can batch cook for a couple of days at a time, so I don't have to think about it. I didn't simplify my food to be extreme. I simplified it to remove noise, less decision making, and less chaos. Evenings are calm. Sometimes I film a little for YouTube, sometimes I watch a film. I'm a visual learner, so that helps me switch off. I don't have a fixed bedtime anymore, but usually it's around 11. But now I sleep when I'm tired, not because a schedule tells me to. One thing I don't miss at all is that Sunday night feeling. Lying awake, thinking about Monday. That feeling has gone. What I've realised over the past year is that this isn't really a routine. It's a system. This is just how I've organised my days, so they give me purpose. Your version would look completely different. Different work, different responsibilities, different constraints, but the principle is the same. A bit of structure, a bit of consistency, and something each day that moves you forward. When I train with weights, I don't think about one perfect workout. I just show up and do the reps. And that reminds me of a story I heard years ago. There were two groups of students learning to make pottery. One group was told they had to make one perfect pot by the end of the week. The other group was told to make 100 pots. At the end of the week, the best pot didn't come from the group chasing perfection. It came from the group that did the most reps. They'd learned what worked, they'd learned what didn't, and they'd improved without even realising it. Life feels a bit like that to me now. I'm not trying to design the perfect life. I'm just putting the reps in. Walking most mornings, training a few times a week, doing simple work and learning every day. And over time, without forcing it, things start to improve. A few months later, my blood tests came back normal again. So if there's one thing I've learned from this year, it's that you don't need to have everything figured out. You just need a system that helps you show up and the patience to put the reps in. Everything else tends to follow. This routine isn't perfect, but it's my routine, and it's helped me rebuild my health, my energy, and my sense of who I am. If you're thinking about changing your life, your routine might be the place to start. This video was about the reps, the quiet work that goes on behind the scenes. After doing that, I uploaded the first video. And what's happened next has surprised me. And I'll share that in this next video.